Hello and welcome to today's vlog, Malmo morning, Stockholm sundown. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick. I'm Patrick Hughes and this is Planet Patrick. Morning. I managed to have a decent sleep here. Probably got about 7 hours, something like that. It was quite cold during the night. It's time to try breakfast. Oh, I managed to fix that curtain. Remember that was kind of torn down? See, it wasn't that difficult. I'm not sure we can see anything this morning. Oh, yeah, still quite dark. Yeah, can't see much. I wish they would just clean this lift. So a few final thoughts regarding the Best Western Hotel Royal. It wasn't promising when I came in, bearing in mind, by the way, that this cost under £45, including breakfast. It was nice. The bathroom is actually really comfortable. The Orange Book tells us many things, and today in Malmo, there's lots of different options. I've got about an hour and a half. I want to fly the drone for a little second. I'm going to start with these three things. Kungsparken, that's the King's Park. Malmo Castle, also known as Malmohus. And finally, St. Peter's Church. We're going to go and have a look at that. So off we go, an hour and a half. Let's get to it. I do love everywhere there's places for you to park your bicycle. We always think of Holland as being the quintessential cycling nation, and yet Denmark yesterday was full of cyclists. Maybe it's time for us all to get on our bikes. It's all a little bit dark, but I expect that's par for the course in this part of the world. If anything, it probably gets much darker before the solstice. Fun to get those drone shots. Let's go and have a look now at Malmohus or Malmo Castle. Boop, boop. You might not be able to make this out behind me. About there's a tall building, one of the tallest buildings, and that's called the Twisted Torso Building. It's one of the top things to see in Malmo. So now we've seen it. Aha! Malmohus, which is that building right there. Here's a potted history of Malmo Castle. It was originally built in 1434, rebuilt later in the 1530s, and I think this is the one that we see here. You might think, since we're in Malmo, which is in Sweden, that it's a Swedish castle. It's certainly looked after by the Swedish state, and we are in Sweden, but this was originally part of Denmark, as I understand it. And, for example, the husband of Mary, Queen of Scots, was imprisoned here for a number of years under the auspices of the Kingdom of said Denmark. Okay, next spot, St. Peter's Church. Oh, life raft, just in case you get thrown into the moat. This seems to be the central square. I saw it referred to as Little Square somewhere, but that might not be correct. Is it one of those places surrounded by gorgeous coffee shops with places to sit out by a lovely warming heater with a rug? There's a big KFC and a couple of other fast food joints. Some of the buildings remain beautiful. Look at this one. How have you been out filming with a drone and you don't appear to be carrying a bag? Well, in this pocket is all the drone that I need. This is it, folded up. This is St. Peter's Church, or in Swedish, Sankt Petri Kyrka, one of the oldest buildings here in what's already a very old city, laid out much as it was during medieval times. I didn't know this, but Malmo started to grow around 1200, whenever the herring trade took off in this area. St. Peter's Church was built in the 14th century, yes, that's something beginning with 13. This has remained the main parish church for Malmo ever since its inception, which is pretty unusual. Behind me is the central station of Malmo, from which I'm about to take the SJ train 534. And by the way, that's the fast train from here at Malmo Central to Stockholm Central. The journey lasts from 11:04 until 15:35, so that's 4 hours and 31 minutes. And I'm traveling in second class, not first. It was way too expensive. You'll not forget that this is meant to be a budget trip, and yesterday's attempts were an utter fail. So today I'm trying to do better. So about 4 hours and 40 minutes later, we arrive in Stockholm Central Station. I have to confess, that felt like a really long journey. I was the only person on board wearing a mask. That's the way things are here in Sweden, I found. I'm glad to be here. About a 30-minute walk to my hotel. It's nice to arrive into Stockholm and to see so many beautiful lights. I'm here in Stockholm to pick up a ferry tomorrow from Stockholm to Helsinki. So this time there won't be a full destination report. I've been up and down more hills than Heidi and her grandfather combined in order to get to here, the unique hotel in Stockholm. Looks like there are a few restaurants around and shops and so on and so forth that I might need to pick up some snacks along the way. Let's get checked in and see what it's like. It's down this little alleyway. So this is a unique hotel. So 4th floor, I'm in an economy single. He was kind of gritting his teeth. So let's see what an economy single's like. Let's try that again. This time the key card worked. Well, if you've ever wanted to know what it was like to be Harry Potter living under the stairs, well, now you know, because this is the entirety of the room. Yes, it's an economy single, and the price is, well, more expensive than Malmo was, but I didn't realize I wasn't getting a window. You know what? I don't mind. It looks super clean. Anyway, let's do the room tour. There's a single bed with one pillow. Whisper it, one pillow. I wonder, do they have a spare? The bed is comfortable, the quilt seems high quality, and there's a wooden box attached to the wall which serves as a bedside table, and reassuringly, there's some toilet roll. This is what we might call the wardrobe area. There's a tiny little hairdryer and a do not disturb sign. Now, this door is right beside the lift, and when I say right beside the lift, that's the lift. They've managed to fit in a reasonably sized TV. It looks fine. And a little kind of desk. I mean, it's not really a desk, is it? And a tiny, tiny stool for small people. This is the bathroom. Oh, I think it seems okay. I think this is about as small a functional bathroom as you can get. It's very brightly lit. There's a nice big mirror. Hello. Little sink. That's kind of a groovy soap dispenser, right? The shower is right beside the loo. I suppose it's a wet room rather than anything else. It's small, but I think it's going to be fine. There's air conditioning. Who'd have thunk it in a room this small? Look, they've made a tiny room, hello, under a sloping ceiling that was probably a linen cupboard. Start to pay something for them. And you know what? For the price in Stockholm, which is so expensive, I'm actually fine with paying what I'm paying for this. Enough of that. I'm going to head out and get something to eat soon, or possibly have a nap, or eat something while napping. No, that's kind of a bad idea.
Hello from me and some flowers. That pizza was so tasty. That's the end of this particular episode. Join me next time for a trip around Stockholm, and the following episode will be that fantastic trip on the Silja Serenade from Stockholm to Helsinki. There's lots more coming up here on Planet Patrick. Make sure you've subscribed, and you can follow along on Instagram at This Is Planet Patrick. But for now, take care. Bye bye.
Trying to get this all in, and it may not work. Have yourself a merry little November. Make the Yuletides gayer. They have managed to put in 2 shower heads, one of these overhead things. I just don't get the point of them. How do you soap yourself up? Oh, let's not picture that.
I'm Patrick Hughes, and this is Planet Patrick.